Retirement plans, IRAs, life insurance, and annuities are major assets that may determine how you live in retirement. Your beneficiary designations are crucial. A recent case decided by the U.S. Court of Appeals could upset your wishes on who inherits your money. Here to discuss these kind of issues is my law partner, Michael Solomon.
Hello, Ray.
So you have a 401k or an IRA, you name your spouse as the beneficiary. So what's the big deal?
Okay, so let's say you have an IRA and a 401k. You name your spouse the primary beneficiary and your children the contingent beneficiary. And then you get a divorce. That could mess up everything. If you don't do anything special, depending on the type of asset you have, who inherits your assets could either be your ex-spouse or your children.
Oh boy. So if I've got those kind of accounts, my spouse is the primary beneficiary, but then we get divorced, what actually happens then?
Okay, so again, it depends on which law applies, federal law or state law. So if you have a 401k plan, federal law applies, and federal law says even if you get a divorce, that ex-spouse, if she's named on, he or she is named on that beneficiary form, they get the money. Just a 1, 2, 3, not an issue. Now, and not the contingent beneficiaries. If you don't have a 401k, but you have an IRA or another sort of assets that's governed by state law, life insurance, annuities, then state law applies, and that's where it gets real difficult.
Okay. So let's say you've got a life insurance benefit, you name your spouse the beneficiary, and your children are the contingent beneficiary. You should always have a contingent beneficiary. Yeah. And then you get divorced, who gets the money?
Okay, so Ohio law says if you get a divorce, your ex-spouse is dead, okay? And therefore, and then it goes to the contingent beneficiaries. Now, it's important because the federal law is complete opposite, so you need to make sure you know which law applies. So life insurance, annuities, transfer and death accounts, those sort of things are going to be governed by Ohio law, and therefore those are the rules.
Okay. But there was a recent case you mentioned that might change the rules some?
Yeah, so there was a case decided by the U.S. Court of Appeals of the 8th Circuit. Doesn't impact Ohio right now, but it could. This case dealt with Minnesota, and in 2002, they changed their law to match Ohio law. This person bought a life insurance policy prior to 2002. Then after 2002, got a divorce. He had named his wife the beneficiary, got a divorce, and then died. And the kids said, no, look, the wife died. The law says she's dead, therefore we get the money. The Court of Appeals said when that gentleman bought that policy way back prior to 2002 under the old law applies and you can't change the rules. Now, Ohio's had our version of the law since around 1990 or earlier. So the point really is check all your beneficiary forms. Don't rely on federal law. Don't rely on state law. Check them every few years to make sure they do what you want. And remember, by the way, even if you were governed under Ohio law the way you want, if you moved to a different state, it could change the rules again. So look at the beneficiary forms.
Complicated, huh?
Yes.
The important point is your beneficiary designations are as important as your will and trust. You should review them to make sure they say what you want them to say. Don't just rely on federal and state law. If you need more help, give Mike a call. The number's coming up next.
Call Solomon, Steiner, and Peck at 1-888-236-5173 for more information or to schedule a speaker for your organization. Or log on to www.ssnplaw.com.
Thanks for joining us. On next week's show, we'll enlighten you on how light and dark dictate your sleep patterns. Then, need your frown turned upside down? We'll help you begin to grin again. And your goals can help you score an improved life. We'll offer a game plan. But until then, please remember to make the most of your golden opportunities.
If you'd like to join our kitchen conversation, visit our website, www.goldenopportunities.tv. Like us on Facebook. Call us at 440-742-GO-TV or email us at kitchen@goldenopportunities.tv. We'd love to hear from you.
Golden Opportunities is paid for by Elder Productions.